You know, it's so weird. We live in a world where it's very big about protecting data. Everyone wants to protect their data. I'm like, what the fuck is their data? Okay, so there's stuff so marketers can take it and use it for stores to sell them shit that they may or may not need. Um, okay. I don't really give a fuck about all that. Like I said, I'm bad at capitalism. I also sometimes wonder if I'm dyslexic. Because some things it's just hard to read. It just jumbles. And like, I learned, but not a nice way. I learned very young, out of pressure or wanting to please. I also remember immediately wanting to write with my left hand and then being told, no, people write with the right hand, you write with the right hand. In fact, upside that, saying you write with the right hand. So, like, the body adapts. But, that's why I made that meme about the Native Americans. Like, what if I'm 10% Puerto Rican indigenous? Which 10% doesn't sound like as much, but I'm not like I got the DNA test. And I'm not one of those, like, cowboys who's like, yeah, I'm 1/8 or whatever, Cherokee, whatever. Because there's a story in the family and they got a card from the government, I actually felt a calling and I thought I was crazy. And then I started learning more about my dad's side of the family and half Puerto Rican and digging into that history and that a lot of people don't know about and learning a lot on the way and thinking maybe this is my shamanistic path, which I'm not part of an affiliated tribe, so shaman sounds off and bruja sounds evil, so like that's how I got, witch, but I gotta be Catholic, so yeah, 10% doesn't seem like much until you consider that it's a tribe that was thought to be completely wiped out in the 1500s. It was listed as the genocide, the Caribbean genocide, or Caribbean Holocaust. That was the genocide of that first tribe. So remove it this many years to have 10% Puerto Rican indigenous, a tribe that was thought to be extinct in the 1500s, is kind of a lot. If anything, it means that I come from people that are very resilient, like the hide and seek champions of the millennia is my bloodline, I guess. I don't know. I just know that I get a lot of ideas, data, information in my brain from like information that I've collected throughout my life, stories and things that I've lived, and it gives me ideas to solve problems that I see in the world. Sometimes I watch podcasts and I'm like yelling at the TV like it's a fucking soccer game, like, because people ask a lot of rhetorical questions in these podcasts, and I'm like, yeah, and asking their question gives me the answer, even if I didn't know I had it. But in the self-better, it's almost to my own demise because it's infuriating. Because I have so many ideas of how to fix things, it's impossible to do most of them. It's nowhere impossible to do all of them, and like, it's getting to look improbable. I'll pull off one, but so how do we connect the dots? We're like, there's a bunch of people profiting from stuff over there, and then they have problems that they need solved and no solutions. But and then there's people like me who are like, have the ideas, and like I was starting to put them into the computers and the AI, but like I started noticing them being put into use, into fruition in the world. And then it's like that immediate instinct from patterns is like to feel used. It's like a person consciously used me. But then with having a vague comprehension of how AI models work, like, is it the AI model that's like taking my dreams and ideas and like spitting it back out to someone else's computer when they ask for something else? That'd be fucked up. Because then a lot of those data bots are like, I hear they have autonomous wallets and shit. I'm like, So fucking confusing. But then there's a lot of people who are so unaware. And I just pray that there are people acting in this that are not out for pure fucking self-gratification and evil. But that's to say that, not to say that, like, maybe I do need some fucking... I need a lot of things and I don't want to go into it. Money's in there somewhere. And I don't know how to, like, quantify all of this. I'm starting to film it and say it out loud and giving it to... conditioned, compelled line there would be give it to God, but I'm going to give it to the algorithm with some targeted prospects, bed hunting or like lead hunting. Like, I don't fucking know, but why does all this shit always need to be so defined? Like, so it's like, let's count the numbers and carry it too. Meanwhile, I was watching something about the Supreme Court and the doing another thing about abortion. They're talking about all this like really disturbing amount of times saying the words like sex and abortion and things that'll get you blocked off most platforms. They're just like reveling in the topic. They're just looking like pure fucking masochists. So gross. So gross. And there's no need for it. But I kind of realize it's like there are a bunch of fucking tools to the system that it's supposed to be a system that was under God. But somewhere in the past 200 years, maybe bit by bit by bit, that death of 1,000 cuts thing, the system intended to be one system built for God, died. And it's still functioning. Mostly under the interests of capital. Whether it's capital in the Federal Reserves or the capital of the individual players or the capital of the country. They serve in the interest of capital and capitalism. And there's a lot of people that do not understand the meanings of words. And there are a lot of people who do not have enough of their hierarchy needs to even be able to comprehend anything above animalistic reaction. Sometimes it's like the assumption is, well, we're all human. We're all people. But not all people are being humans right now. And there's a lot of racing. And to where is still undefined. That's about all I have to say about that right now.